Yo, what's going on YouTube, and welcome to Goal Line Hockey. So, we're going to be taking a look at Mike Hoffman today in this video, as he has not decided where he is going to be going in free agency. He's one of the top goal scorers left in the free agent market. We'll be taking a look at him in this video. If you like what we're doing here at Goal Line Hockey, want to see the latest news around the NHL, make sure to give this video a thumbs up and a subscribe down below. And let's take a look at the top goal scoring free agent in Mike Hoffman. Alright, so you know how we get into these videos. Make sure to give this video a thumbs up and a subscribe down below. Make sure to check out our Instagram and Twitter handles at goalline_hockey. Links will be in the description down below, as well as throughout this video. Alright, so with that out of the way, Mike Hoffman, the top free agent left in most people's regards in the 2020 free agency period, as we've seen guys like Torrey Krug, guys like Alex Pietrangelo, Taylor Hall. Once those guys have started to fall off the board, now we're getting into like the tertiary guys. And now we're starting to look at a guy like Mike Hoffman. Mike Hoffman is a left winger. He's been playing in the NHL for the past couple of seasons with the Ottawa Senators and the Florida Panthers most recently. And he's a top 6 forward at the NHL level, and a lot of teams will see him as that. Now, looking at the two teams that seem to be most interested in picking up Mike Hoffman, we've got the Boston Bruins and the Nashville Predators. So starting things off with the Boston Bruins. The Boston Bruins have $6.5 million left in cap space. Now, the fact that they have to sign Jake DeBrusk still makes you wonder, it's probably going to come down to Mike Hoffman if he could be under that number, or if they could keep Jake DeBrusk and move out of contract. They will likely do either one of those players. It won't likely be both. You look at their top 6 already. You have DeBrusk, Kashe, and Krejci centering that second line. And then on the top line, you have the perfection line. I don't see that changing anytime soon. You've got Brad Marchand, David Pastrnak, as well as Patrice Bergeron down the middle. I could see Hoffman being a nice fit on that second line in the event that they can't keep Jake DeBrusk. That's really what this comes down to. Like I said, it's going to be either Mike Hoffman or Jake DeBrusk at this point for the Boston Bruins. And like I mentioned, they have a shade over $6.5 million in cap space. That's not a lot. You can't really, I don't even know if that's enough for one of each of those players. So that's the situation right there with the Boston Bruins. Now looking at Nashville, I think the Nashville Predators are a really good fit for Mike Hoffman, because you look at their top 6. You've got Eeli Tolvanen, Matt Duchene, and Luke Kunin, the newly acquired Luke Kunin, who they got in that deal with the Minnesota Wild. They need a little bit of help, and we've seen that Eeli Tolvanen may not have the potential to be a top 6 forward in the NHL. I mean, a couple years back, there was a lot of hype around this kid that he could be a very solid player. But as the years have gone along here, he's spent a lot of time in Milwaukee with the affiliate of the Nashville Predators, and really his development has stunted. So, and then you've got Luke Kunin on the other side, who you could argue he could be better suited on the third line. So now you bring in Mike Hoffman, and that starts to bring your depth. It really improves your depth. And then the top line, you could even throw him on the top line. Arvidsson, Johansson, as well as Philip Forsberg. I don't think that's going to change, but if they had to, Mike Hoffman could jump onto that top line. And the bigger thing here for the Nashville Predators is they have plenty of cap space, just a shade under $13 million in cap space. And that's huge for the Nashville Predators, because you can easily sign Mike Hoffman, and if they want to give him 7, they could give him 7. Meanwhile, the other team that's been talked about in the Boston Bruins only has $6.5 million. So right there, you have the advantage, and you could still have $5 million left in cap space if need be, if the Nashville Predators want to save that space, maybe for next season if they have a big signing, or just further down the road. Or even if they want to maybe bring in a contract and maybe grab a couple draft picks. Why not, right? So David Poile has his hands full with the Nashville Predators. We're going to see a lot of change in this team, I think, over the next year or two, especially with how they played this season. But I really think Mike Hoffman would be a very good fit for the Nashville Predators. Other teams that we've seen in the mix over the past couple of weeks, the Columbus Blue Jackets, they always seem to be a team in the mix here for Mike Hoffman, as well as the Carolina Hurricanes. I think they're a sleeper here. They could be in the mix. I think that would be a really good fit. The issue with the Carolina Hurricanes is their situation with their cap. They have $5 million in cap space. I don't know if they're going to be able to bring in Mike Hoffman. And that's kind of this, Columbus is the opposite story. They have around the same amount of cap space as Nashville, just a shade under $13 million. So they may be the sleeper team. I really wouldn't be surprised. It's either going to be Columbus or Nashville, in my opinion. But if Hoffman wants to come in on a short, maybe he wants to come in at $5.5 million for one season, but to play in Boston, maybe that's something he would consider. So let me know in the comment section down below. Where do you think Mike Hoffman will go in this year's free agency? Let me know in the comment section down below. And if you like what we're doing here at Goal Line Hockey, want to see the latest news around the NHL, make sure to give this video a thumbs up and a subscribe down below. Thank you so much for watching, and have a great day.